Dundee United without a goal in their last 5 league games and with just 1 point to show for their efforts in those matches. United without a win over Accies in 3 attempts this season and having won only 1 of their last 10 games. Thomas Tierney back in goal for Accies with Swales into the back 3, McClenaghan into midfield and both Mensing and McGowan into a front 3 with McGowan the main striker. For United, Paul Caddis into the back 4, David Robertson into midfield and Andis Shala up front with Sandaza in place of John Daly, who will be out for a year after suffering cruciate ligament damage against Hibs last week. The commentary from Bill Leckie.
Sandaza towards the byline, keeps it in well. A good effort by Conway! That's a great start for United. It was made by Sandaza, chasing a lost cause to the byline. And Conway reacted so well. The fire the ball across Thomas Tierney and into the far corner. Sandaza just keeping it in. And Conway across his man, and that's a superb finish. There's Orlowski, Guavin again. Meet by United midfield, in towards Sandaza. Well, the wind held it up, and he's still there against Sandaza. Great block. Shala, good save, Tierney. Ball into the box, hung up in the air. Sandaza's second goal was blocked. Then the save by Tierney. Robertson. A little bit of a misunderstanding with Caddis. McCarthy's away. Wilkie takes him out. There must be a yellow card, and it is. Well, United caused their own problems, and McCarthy would have been clean away. Again, Sandaza chases into that corner. Again, he keeps it in. It's Guavin. Off to David Robertson, great chance! Great block, Guavin! Blocked again, McClenaghan to the rescue twice. Into David Robertson, opened up, it's a great block with McClenaghan, and he's up so quickly. And it's Tierney the second time coming to the rescue. Orlowski makes a little run to create space, and that space is exploited by Dixon. Busting to the byline. Back foot, Shala! Well, that would have been a terrific goal. Dixon to the byline eventually. And Andis Shala's header off the top of the bar. McCarthy on for Gibson. Just a slide to keep it in. Finds McCarthy. Good patience from Hamilton. Mensing. McCarthy again. This is excellent. That's a good stop from Lucas Zaluska. There was James McCarthy pulling the best out of Lucas Zaluska. Alex Neil in towards Thomas. Tries to hook it across. Almost surprised Zaluska. I don't know whether that was a cross or a shot, but Zaluska had to spring to his left and parry. Bouncing ball helped back in. And McClenaghan canning on. McCarthy! Great stop by the feet of Zaluska. All opened up in front of him. McCarthy was suddenly in, and the keeper sprung.
We never showed up first half. Put that down to United. They played really well. We're in our faces, but you know, we feel as though we're better than that. Especially in the middle of the park where we, you know, first 45 minutes didn't compete. We're second to everything, and we're forced back. We lost the goal. You know, they deserved the goal at the time, and we were quite happy to get 1-0 down because it could have been more.
Sometimes when you have as many chances as we did in the first half and play as well, and you're only 1-0 in front, then you feel maybe that the opposition will come back and exact their sort of revenge in the second half. But you know, I didn't feel we were under any pressure until, you know, the last sort of 5 minutes or so when we were lumping balls into the box.
Talk more about Hamilton in a moment, but a big result for Dundee United, Jim, in terms of a European place next season with matches running out.
Yeah, if the United could play for 90 minutes, Jim, they wouldn't be just challenging for the third spot, they could be challenging the Old Firm. I mean, they have some tremendous 45 minutes throughout the season, but they just can't seem to get enough top-class 90 minutes. And saying that, they've still had a very good season, and I certainly think they deserve to win the match against Hamilton. But, you know, and they created a number of chances in there. And again, they're a team who have had one or two injury problems to contend with, but Craig Levine's done another very good job this season.
We'll see the goal again in just a moment, but there was some dispute as to whether the ball from the initial cross had actually crossed the byline. This was what Billy Reid thought of it all.
The players said at half-time they thought the ball was definitely out. I've looked at it on the monitor and I feel the ball was out as well. Sometimes it goes for you, sometimes against you, but the linesman on that side of the park maybe should have seen it.
Well, it came from the throw-in, and the linesman, as we can see there, Jim, is what, 1 yard away, 2 yards away?
Yeah, he's running towards the line. I think it's a difficult one, Jim, I really do, because the ball's bouncing. It's not rolling on the ground where it's easier to see. And I think that you give credit to Sandaza. I think unless he's 100% sure the ball's out, it gives the advantage to the striker. Taking nothing away from Conway's finish, that's a great finish back across the goalkeeper. But even Bill Leckie in commentary has seen it several times, and he didn't say he thinks the ball was out. So I think I think we can sometimes be critical of officials, but in that particular occasion, I think that's a hard call.
We should also point out that the TV monitor which Billy Reid saw after the game was exactly the same monitor we've just seen, and we couldn't tell. Yeah,
I'm saying the ball's bounced up. It's probably about a foot off the floor. Player's swinging his body around in front of it, and the linesman's trying to catch up, although he is close to it. I just think it was too close to call, and I think sometimes, as Billy Reid said, sometimes they just don't go for you, and that was the case for Hamilton at the weekend.
Yeah, and as Jim said just a couple of minutes ago, United had other chances to score in this match and were fairly dominant, but Thomas Czerny to the rescue for Accies a couple of times.
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, Thomas Czerny. He's brave, comes out for the first one, gets himself back into position again, and he saves some shallow. This one here, he just comes out and just throws his body in front of it. The second one, he gets himself back in position again, which is important from Shala, and just pushes it over. You'd expect him to make the save, but he did have a couple of very good saves. So this one here, he's down for the first shot. Great reactions to get back up on his feet again, and then blocks the second one from Prince Boban. And at that time, Dundee United were absolutely dominant in the match, and he said probably should have been 2 or 3 goals up here at half-time.
No goals in 6 league games for Hamilton Accies, but in the last minute of this match, it could have been their first in 6 league games.
Yeah, it's just one of those little balls flicked through the gap there, and James McCarthy, it makes a great run, but doesn't make clean contact with the ball. See here, he almost hits his heel, and give credit again to Zaluska. He comes out, spreads himself, and it just hits his trailing leg. But if he makes a cleaner contact, James McCarthy there, then he gets equaliser.
Hamilton definitely not out of the relegation equation, but they'll be grateful for the points they have in the bank from earlier in the season.
Yeah, that is vital for them at this moment in time, Jim. They started the season, in difficult times. Then it's a great run, got themselves a real head of steam and some points on the board. That might just be enough to see the season out.
OK, Jim. Inverness travelled games so far this weekend. Celtic's lead at the top reduced to a single point with 1 match to play before the league splits. Hearts looking good for third, but Aberdeen closing the gap to 5 points, as do Dundee United, who are in fifth. Hibs holding 6th on goal difference from Motherwell ahead of their match at St Mirren on Monday night. And that win for Kilmarnock has lifted them to 8th ahead of Hamilton and Inverness, with St Mirren now second bottom with Monday's game in hand to come.